Hey, my people, so welcome back to Boricua Finest Nation. I just want to start by saluting my people from Puerto Rico, all of those Boricuas from the island, the United States, and the whole world. Salute to you, Boricuas. We love you all from here from Puerto Rico. I want to salute my Hispanic people, including the Mexicans. Also, my people from Chicago, where I was born in the United States as a whole, the greatest nation in the whole world, family. Ooh. Okay, so let's talk about this, family. I'm just gonna start by showing you many pictures, okay, of what was the partition plan between Israel and the Arabs. Okay, no Palestinians, Israel and the Arabs. Okay, I'm just gonna show you those pictures. I want to show you many of them because I got many of them here. Give me a break. Okay, got many of them here. I'm gonna be showing you these pictures. You're gonna tell me, where do you see these pictures of the partition plan? Where do you see the name Palestine? Okay, the partition plan. Okay, there it is. It's Jewish right here. The Jewish state. The Jewish state was supposed to be all of this right here. The UN partition plan. All of this. So in 1948, 47, let's say 1947, the United Nations voted. That was before we had all of those Muslim countries, all of those Arab countries voting in the United Nations. Okay, that is why you see today that when they vote against a resolution against Israel, you're gonna see many countries voting against Israel. At least 50 of them. 50 of them are going to be Muslim countries. 22 are Arab countries and 50 of them are Muslim countries. They're going to vote against Israel no matter what. No matter what. Okay? There are many countries that are going to abstain. There are some countries that are going to vote in favor of Israel because they're a small portion of countries that are going to vote in favor of Israel. Okay, there are many who are going to vote against those 50 Arab states and many others. Okay, because they hate Israel. They hate Israel. So in this picture right here, you're going to see. That this was the land of Israel, the land that the United Nations gave to Israel, the one in light blue, the one in red or red. Okay, right here, let's call it red. You see that is the Arab, not Palestinian, Arab, right here. You can see that it says Arab. Okay, let's go to the next one. There it is, Transjordan. Okay, this was the Arab. You can see it right here in yellow, and the Jewish state was the proposed Arab state. Okay, proposed Jewish state, and the one in the with the lines is Jerusalem. Okay. That is international boundaries. Okay, boundaries. Okay, so you can see right here that all the territory in white was what was supposed to be the Jewish state, but that changed. Why did that change? That changed because the Arabs attacked Israel. Okay, the Arabs attacked Israel, and Israel took much of this land after the first, and that was in the war of independence, where the Jewish state won that war against 5 Arab countries. Okay, because right here the countries that were going to be here in this territories was the Jordanians, the Egyptians, and the Syrians. Okay, let's go to the next one. There it is right here, 1947, United Nations Partition Plan. The Jewish state was the one in green, and the Arab state was the one in brown. There you go. All of this deserts right here, that was the Jewish territory down here, because right here in the Negev, right here in the Negev, you can see that in the bottom sides in the south, you can see that is the Negev. That is all of that is right now the Jewish people are planting trees in that area, and they're making of that area a beautiful place, a beautiful. But by this time that was that there was no population there, because it was that was a desert. Okay, so we can say that the only place it was to the north. This place right here that you can see right to the left of the map, the green. That is the only those two places right here. The one to the left in the bottom in the top size, and the one to the right. Take a look at how small that was for the Jewish people. Okay, all the best territory it was given to the Arabs, not to the Palestinians, to the Arabs. Okay, so the Jerusalem was Jerusalem and suburbs international zone. That was an international zone, because this was a the English had a control of all of this territory. Okay, they had control of this territory. The English, the British, let's say the British. Okay, so they gave this lands, one part to the Jewish and the other part, the other side to the Palestine, to the Arabs, not to the Palestinians. Okay, and I'm going to show you that. Take a look at this right here. Okay, Transjordan. What's the name of this right here? Because there were no Jordanians. Okay, so the Arab states is the one in yellow. I mean in orange, and the green is the one in for the Jewish. It's all the same. It's all the same. It is all the same thing. Okay, it is all the same thing. You're watching there, all the same thing. Let's take a look at this one right here. Let's take a look at this one. So there you go. The same thing. You can see right here, proposed Jewish state, the white one, and the brown one is the one for the Arabs. Okay, proposed Arab state, international zone, the Jerusalem. Okay, well, Israel took all of that, and I'm going to show you the picture. I'm going to show you the picture. You can see right here, because this is something that the Palestinians like to show a lot. Okay, right now the Jewish people, the Israelis have taken control to all the land. So this what it looked like in 1947, but the Arabs didn't have control of this land. Okay, the Arabs didn't have control of this land. This was a British controlled land. Okay, so there it is. You see all of this in 1947. Okay, the UN partition plan, when they divided the land in 1947, then it was like this. Okay, after 1967, that was the 6 Day War. Okay, Israel took all of this. Okay, so Israel took almost all the land, and this is what it looks like today. Okay, because it is all Israel land, and these people have been attacking Israel year after year. They started attacking Israel since 1948, since 1947, when it was after they declared this the partition plan, that the Jewish people came to this land, and the first day that the Jewish people came to this land, they got attacked by 5 Arab countries. There were no Palestinians since 1947 till 1964. That was the first time they mentioned the Palestinian people. So all of these Arabs that lived there, the Egyptians, the Syrians, and the Jordanians, started calling themselves Palestinians in 1964. And I'm going to show you that. I'm going to let and they got before I show you that, I want to explain something to you. Um, this is this like this today because the Jewish people had to take control of this part right here in the last in the map where you see that it says present day. This right that this in the middle that they call it is Judea and Samaria, but the West Bank, the Arabs or Palestinians call this the West Bank. Okay, but the reality is that this is Judea and Samaria. Israel has to control of many of these parts because these people are always attacking Israel. Israel gave up the Gaza Strip. If you see the Gaza Strip from the 1967 lines to present day, it is still the same because the Israelis moved out of there. They took all of the settlements that they had there, and they took them all out. Okay, they took them all out. So right now, the Gaza Strip is controlled by the so-called Palestinians, and they're always attacking Israel from there. So in this part over here, that is what they call the West Bank, that is really Judea and Samaria. Israel was not going to let that happen from that part as well. So there are like 3 million Palestinians living there, and almost a million Jewish living there. But all the economy, all the companies, everything that where the Palestinians work, it is made by Israel. These people can work there. These people have great houses. They have great cars. The economy there is great because of the Israelis. But this is that you're watching right here in 1947. The first map is not the reality. It was not the reality in the floor. Okay, the land was controlled by the British. The Arabs never had control of this land. Never. Never. They wanted to have control of the land, but they never had control of that land. Never. Okay? Because before this, the Ottoman Empire was the one who controlled this. And after after the First World War, the British won, and the Allies won, and the British took control of this land. Okay, so that was British controlled land. Okay, so now I'm going to let this guys explain to you. I'm going to let these guys explain to you what happened. Okay, what happened and what what this Palestinian so-called Palestinian people want, what they really want. Okay, because these people don't want peace with Israel. They don't want peace with Israel. They want to destroy Israel. And that is why they made up the name Palestinian people. Because it was called Palestinian, but there were no Palestinians there. There were never Palestinians there, never. Right now, they have created that since 1964. But the Jewish people have been there from thousands of years ago. From 4,000 years have been there in that land. The Jewish people. The Roman Empire was the one who took out the Israelis from that land. And the Roman Empire was the one who put the name of Syria Palestina. That was the name. That was a province of Syria. Okay? That was a province of Syria or Syria. Okay? So I'm just gonna let the name of this guys is the Israel guys. And these guys know about Israel. And they know Israel much better than me because they live over there. They're Americans. They're American Christian Zionists. And they plant trees there. They live in what is called the West Bank. That is really Judea and Samaria. And they're going to explain to you what is going on right there, right now, and what these people, the so-called Palestinian people, want. Okay? So I'm going to leave you with that now, okay? And you're going to watch these American guys who live in Israel, and they love the land of Israel, and they're there to help the Jewish people in Israel. Okay? So watch this, family. I hope you enjoy.
PLO stands for Palestine Liberation Organization, which was created in 1964. Okay? In 1964, Israel was not in control of Judea, Samaria, East Jerusalem, the Gaza Strip, the Golan Heights, the Sinai Peninsula. So all of that was in Arab hands. Jordan occupied the so-called West Bank. Egypt occupied Sinai. Syria occupied the Golan Heights. So PLO, Palestine Liberation Organization, was created to liberate the rest of Israel because they didn't want these areas. They didn't want Israel's heartland. They wanted Tel Aviv and Haifa and Ashkelon and Ashdod and Netanya. They wanted all of Israel, and they still do today. That hasn't changed. If you go in the official government offices, they have the entire map of Israel hung up there because that's what they're looking for.
More than that, it's even written on their charters. Like, we'll get into that in just a minute. Luke, I think the flag is very creative because he takes the flag from Jordan. If you don't think these are like relatives here, yeah, they're big time relatives. They were Yasser Arafat takes the Jordanian flag and takes the star off of it and creates the Palestinian flag. That easy, really. That's all I did. But I think it's also interesting to note that this is the birthplace. If you want to talk about the birthplace of the Palestinian people, and they all like to say that this is an ancestral homeland or whatever, but actually this only goes back to 1964. You don't hear of Palestinians being Arabs. That's what they call Palestine. This is history 101 for you guys. The modern world doesn't ever look behind them at any history whatsoever. They're only looking at like news clips from today at CNN. 1964 is the first mention where there were Arabs living in Israel are begin to be referred to as Palestinians. That's right. That's what's happened. And this was actually a tactical move on Yasser Arafat coined. He began to create this thing. And what would be shocking for you to know, he's also was connected with Russian KGB on that. You talk about two people that were hostile to Israel and wanted to see to attack Israel in a very tactical, very efficient way, and that's on the international stage, creating a people group. I mean, I'm talking about this is very well thought out, and their agenda is very clear: create a Palestinian people. And this is the number one poised attack against Israel today. It was a very well thought out plan between Yasser Arafat, even the KGB, as I just mentioned back in the day, and all kinds of other cohorts all over the world that joined this force, this regime, to do one thing, and that's to fight the nation of Israel that had just literally been founded in 1948 was to fight that very existence to the core. And as you would know, Luke, as you just mentioned, somehow, just randomly, of course not randomly, their map is the exact map of Israel. If you don't understand that this is a war against Israel and the Jewish people, you're blind. This is a war, a tactical war against Israel by the Arab world at large. You have to understand that. This is an attack against the people of Israel by the Arab world. And the Palestinian, this PLO flag, is their banner. Got that? It is their banner. And it was created in 1964.
Not only that, Josh, but the PLO charter they can't even hardly focus on themselves. It's just focused so much on Israel and how bad Israel is. And like I said, we don't have time to go into all of it because we should make an entire video about this. But the liberation of Palestine is mentioned 12 times.
Meaning throwing all the Jews into the sea, liberating all of it. Yeah.
Whenever Palestinian Arabs say liberation, they mean liberating the entire state of Israel and getting rid of the Jewish people.
Yeah.
Article 2 describes the boundaries as being all of Israel, including Judea and Samaria. So they don't just want Judea and Samaria, they want all of Judea and Samaria. We have our own photos of this, guys. It's hanging up. I mean, it's the map of Israel in their schools, in their government buildings, in their offices. What else? Who has determined to amass its forces and mobilize its efforts and capabilities in order to continue its struggle and to move forward on the path of holy war until complete and final victory has been attained.
Look, this is right there in their charter.
Their primary duty is to liberate their homeland, and their national anthem is just as bad. By the oath, under the shade of the flag, by my land and nation and the fire of pain, I will live as a warrior. I will remain a warrior. I will die as a warrior until my country returns. For trying to be an entity and a people group and a government, and their goal of statehood, they're very violent. It's all based, like their charter, their national anthem is just based on violence. It's based on eradicating the Jewish people and taking over the entire
Luke, what I don't know is
Israel.
Why would you say in broad daylight, national slogan, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free? You say that openly, but yet the world refuses to believe it. And I would say, just like in Nazi Germany, when the Nazis say we're going to kill all the Jews, and the world's just like, nah, you're not going to do that. Quit it, stop. No, you wouldn't do that. No, they're serious. They want to kick all of the Jews. They literally say, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. They're not saying free. Guys, Mahmoud Abbas now is 16 years into his term. He's a dictator. That's not freedom. They're talking about free of Jews, not like free like what you're thinking about, a free nation and in a democratic way. No, they're talking about Palestine will be free of Jews. Don't be confused about this. This is the reality of what's going on. Free to install a dictatorship and completely eradicate all Jewish life in the land of Israel is what we have just described to you, from their charter to their national anthem to the national slogan.